Dashur miq, selam aleikum. Takohemi sot në datën 11 shkurt I vitit 2021. Si për herë u flas nga Kuala Lumpuri I Malajzisë. Dhe sot në këto videot e mia që bëj nuk jam me kolegët e mi shqiptar me të cilët debatoj, por sot jam me një zonjë suedeze me origjinë iraniane, e cila ka ardhur në Shqipëri prej disa ditësh apo javësh, nëse nuk jam gabim, me të cilën ne do të kemi një bashkëbisedim në anglisht. Dear friends and all of you who see me around the world, today is 11 of February 2022. I'm talking from I'm calling from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So today I'm going to have a conversation with a Swedish lady who has come all the way from Sweden to Albania to see her relative. So her name is Faize, but she's going to introduce herself to us. And she has come to Tirana, Albania with her husband, Mohammed Hassan, if I'm not wrong. She can correct me later on. And they want to meet their nephew, whose name I'm told is Said Farajullah Hosseini. Her nephew, as far as I know, is an ex-prisoner of war, of the war between Iran and Iraq in the 1980s, who, after being captured by the army of Saddam Hussein, has been taken as a hostage by the terrorist organization of the Mujahideen al-Halq. And for people who follow my videos, they know that Albania since 2013 has become a host country of this terrorist organization. The Mujahideen al-Halq, they run a paramilitary camp in Albania where they break Albanian and European laws on terrorism, and they wage a terrorist activity against a foreign country. But as you know, in Albania, very often the laws do not work. Many of the people who have supported the Mujahideens in the past in Albania, people like our ex-interior minister, Saimir Tahiri, people like Fatmir Mediu, some are having criminal cases going against them, others are in jail. So as you can understand, Albania is a very lawless country in society. Anyhow, we have this honorable Swedish couple who are in Albania since many days, and I'm told that they are trying to meet their nephew, but they are not allowed. Because as you might know, the Mujahideen al-Halq, they are a cult. They keep people in isolation. They brainwash them. They don't allow them to talk to their relatives. For this video, I'm going to be certainly attacked by MEC probably. They will probably say that the mullahs in Tehran told me to do this interview. They'll invent so many kind of stories. Nevertheless, as historians and the journalists that we're not afraid to investigate the truth to the end. So today we're going to have this discussion with Madame Faize. She's going to present herself to us, and she's going to tell what is she doing in Albania. So welcome to my show, Madame Faize. So can you please introduce yourself and tell to my viewers what are you doing in Albania?
Thank you very much. My name is Faize Baloli. I come here to Albania with my husband for to see his nephew. Some is a prisoner in Mujahideen since 40 years ago, and is for me is on other time. So I was the Albanian. I was the Albanian only 2017, but I didn't allow see him. Now come here with my husband for that maybe could see him, but they didn't allow. They sent police to us, police and come anti-terrorist. They took us to a station, and they took for our telephone. We have no telephone right now, and I don't know why they thought we are terrorists, we have gone, or we are dangerous. I'm 70 years old, my husband is 70 years old, and they said, Said don't want to see you. And I must say, the first time when I come here, it was 2017, I come alone, and it was 1 month after my son dead. He cancer. But I come because Said was like a child for me. He lives with us. He play with our sons. Okay, I wanna see him. I wanna hug him. I wanna tell him that his mother is sick, his father is dead, and everybody miss him. But I didn't allow me to see him. And it is this whole situation, and because my son's dead, I was a little bit shocked. I was shocking. So I said, okay, if I can see him, okay. But after 4 years, we decided to come because it's easier to come here from Sweden. His mother cannot travel here, and she is sick. She is crying every day. She misses him very much. His sister is missing him very, very much. And we don't know. They said to us, Said don't want to see you. And I don't know, my husband don't know if Said says true or they say that Said don't want to see you.
When did you come to Albania?
This time,
Yes.
1 month.
So you came 1 month
ago.
All right. So what did you do after coming to Albania?
We come to Albania and we talked to a lawyer, and we came to Mujahideen with lawyer, and they said you can wait half time, and they took for our telephone, check it, and they said okay, we call Said or those who are responsibility for them. I said Said doesn't want to see you, and they gave us our telephone. Then I said, okay, if
Excuse
Said,
me, sorry, who took your telephone, Albanian police or the Mujahideen?
security, the Mujahideen gate.
So they were Iranian or Albanian? They were
Albanian.
So you went to the Mujahideen camp, and the Albanian security guards of the Mujahideen, they took your phone, and then they went and asked for Said, and then they give you the phone back, and they said that Said doesn't want to meet you, right?
Okay, I said, okay, if Said doesn't want to see us, can he come here with gate and say, I don't want to see you? Then after 5 minutes, come 5 policemen. They took us to one station from clock and 12 from 12 till 8 per night. They interview us, why you are here, what for come here, what are you doing here? Are you terrorist? Have you gone? 10 o'clock and 8 o'clock, they said, okay, give us your telephone. They took our telephone, made password, everything. And they said, you for telephone one day, tomorrow. Tomorrow never come.
So how many days before was this?
What?
When did this incident happen? When did the police detain and take the phone? How many days before? A week, 2 weeks? When did this thing happen?
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. So you went to the Mujahideen camp?
Same day, police come to Mujahideen camp, took us from there.
Okay, so you went to Mujahideen camp, you were asking for Saeed, then it seems the Mujahideen command called the police, maybe the anti-terror police. They took you to police station. They told you if you are a terrorist, so you are a 70 years old lady, you don't look like a terrorist. They probably searched you, they took your phones, and they let you free, but they never returned you phones back, correct?
Yes,
And
but they lying. They said you can have your telephone one day after, and we didn't receive it.
now you are a Swedish citizen.
Yes.
Did they harass you in some way, Albanian police? No. Have they called you after that? Have they come and checked with you after that day? No. All right. Now, you didn't do any crime when 2 weeks ago when you went to the Mujahideen camp to search for your nephew. Did you ask the police at the station why you are taking us to police station? We are doing no crime? Because you didn't do any crime, right? You just went to the Mujahideen camp and you wanted to see your nephew.
Yeah, I said to them, but first come 2 or 3 police. Be waiting. Then you must waiting for chief of anti-terrorists. And they come in, man, very powerful body, and he talked to us. He said nothing. He interviewed my husband. He interviewed me. Who can know at Mujahideen is in Albanian. So everybody in the world knows at Mujahideen is Albanian. Who said to you at Mujahideen is here? Good. I'm living in Sweden. Mujahideen is Sweden. En man från Iran som är i kort Mohammed Nouri, Hamid Nouri, som Mujahideen is not har bra relation with him, or his court, and maybe go to prison. Everybody knows this, if Mujahideen he's Albanian.
Now, Ms. Faiza, Albania is a free country. We are supposed to live in an open society and democracy. Did you ask Albanian police to help you to find your nephew?
No. They said we have responsibility at listen for Mujahideen. They didn't say directly, but indirectly.
In 2018, we had a Canadian family which came from Canada. to meet their daughter. Their daughter name is Sumaya Mohammadi. They came, and in that time, Mujahideen made so much problem against this Canadian family. They were writing to Albanian Ministry of Interior, to the Prime Minister. They were asking them to deport this Canadian family from Albania. They were claiming that they were terrorists. It seems that the Mujahideen have done the same against you. They are accusing you of being terrorists. Of course, you are not terrorists. You are normal European citizens who have come to Albania to meet their relatives who are radicalized, who are being kept as hostages by the Mujahideen, being brainwashed, radicalized, and turned into jihadi soldiers. Now, I have a question. You probably know history of Mek. You are Iranian. Every Iranian knows about Mek. Now, I have a question. Why do you think that the command of Mariam Rajavi does not allow your nephew, Said, to meet you?
Mariam Rajavi is love in herself, and she doesn't think about anyone. She have no heart, she have no feeling, she have no responsibility. I don't know if she's mother. If you are mother, you see all the people like your children. They miss family. Their family miss them. Everybody Mujahideen, like all of them is old, 50 years old, 60 years old. Sooner or later, maybe they die. But nobody sees mama, papa, family.
Ms. Faiza, you are, you are people in, you are in your 70s, you are peaceful, you are coming from a European country. Why do you think Mujahideens are afraid and call the police against you? You are not terrorists. You are not in a mission to kill somebody in Albania. You simply want to meet your nephew. Why do you think Mek is so much afraid of you?
What should I say? I don't know how police work in Albanian. Somebody said they listen to Mujahideen for that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they pay much. Someone said no, their job for that, listen to them. Somebody said no, police is police and do it right. I don't know.
Ms. Faiza, in the past, I have interviewed a number of Iranian families like you who want to come to Albania to meet their boys and girls who have been taken by the Mujahideen and are being illegally kept as prisoners of war or as radicalized soldiers inside Mek camp. And Mek, of course, is very crazy with me and my interviews, and they claim that in Iranian Ministry of Interior, the mullahs are organizing a conspiracy against us, the freedom fighters of Iran, and other bullshit. I'm sorry for the word. Now, the question is this. There are many people like your nephew inside this camp, and we know very well what Mek does with them. Mek acts like ISIS of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, Daesh, or like Lord's Resistance Army in Uganda. They keep people as slave soldiers, they radicalize them, they don't allow them to watch TV and to look what happens in the world, in the internet. They are being brainwashed every day to see only Mek propaganda about the revolution and about the miracles that Mariam Rajavi is going to do to Iran. Now, in the past, I had cases with Iranians who are being held as hostage inside Mek camp, when I interviewed people like you, mothers, fathers, husbands, the next week, what Maryam Rajavi did, she brought these people in front of the camera, and they were saying, oh, she is doing psychological terror against us. The mullahs are terrorizing us. We don't want to see our families. Our families are agents of the mullahs, and other stupid thing. Now, the thing is this, you are a Swedish citizen. Have you gone to your Swedish embassy and to ask for their help, to help you regarding Albania?
I can say this. When I was here 2017, I was here 2017. I came to the minister. I write something. I have one for any other place. I don't remember. I write something. It was a translator with me. He said, I promise you it. They do this best for that you can see say the future, but nothing happened.
Last time when in Albania we had the Mohammadi family from Canada, they tried like you to meet their daughter, Sumaya. The Mujahideen did not allow them. In that time, they were using the anti-terror police to harass them. Police were going to their house in middle of the night and were telling to the Mohammadi family to get out of Albania. And then they were forced to hire a lawyer, my wife, and we defended the Mohammadi family. Now, what the Mohammadi family did in the time, they went to court, to the police station, and they charged Maryam Rajavi and Mek with abduction. Because what Mek had done with their daughter, Sumaya Mohammadi, they had taken her from Canada when she was underage, she was 17, in the high school, and from that moment, this poor lady have not seen her mother and father anymore. Now, have you considered going to the police and launching a request for finding where is your nephew and demanding the police to help you locate him and have a meeting with him? Have you thought about that?
No, I didn't think about that because I have so bad memory of this policeman, the other policeman in station, but we have a lawyer, so he's gonna take it to court.
That's good. So if you send the case to court, that is excellent. At least, I mean, while Maryam Rajavi and her military command does not let you to meet their soldiers, at least you have to go to the court. And my humble advice to you and to thousands of other Iranian families who are in the world will be for you to go to the court, to go to the police, and if the courts in Albania do not work, to go to higher European courts in order to force Albania to allow you, the relatives of these Iranian slave soldiers, to have access to your relatives. I mean, last time when Mustafa Mohammadi and Rubabe Mohammadi were in Albania, the father and mother of Sumaya Mohammadi, Mek went crazy. They were issuing letters, declarations. They were saying Mustafa Mohammadi, he is agent of the mullahs. He have come to capture me and to make me a sex slave for the mullahs and so many stupid things. And in the time, Mustafa Mohammadi was telling to them, look, I just want to meet you, my daughter. And her mother was also saying the same thing because Mek was taking this poor lady, Sumaya, sending her in the front of the camera, and she was reading letter and saying, my father is agent of the mullah. He's a terrorist. He have come to kill me. And the father and the mother were saying, daughter, we are here just to meet you. We'll call all the police of Albania to come and we meet. We have a coffee. And Mek was crazy. One of the reasons why we believe Mek didn't want in the time the Mohammedi family to meet Sumaya was because the family was believing that in the past there was some kind of sexual abuse happening in the camp, and
Exactly.
they didn't want these people to get free. And moreover, the Mek command is crazy about its own soldiers inside, because there is an open rebellion within the camp. There are many of them who want to escape. I bet on you, if you meet your nephew Said, if you manage to ever meet him without the presence of the military command of Mek, the first thing that Said is going to tell you, Auntie, please take me to Sweden. Save me from this hell. Now, I have a question for you. What would you like to tell to Said? Because Mek is going to see our video, is going to analyze, is going to accuse me and you of conspiring with the mullahs of Iran, of waging a psychological terror against them and other bullshit. Forget those idiots. Now, what do you want to tell to your nephew?
Can I say it Farsi or English?
You say it in English and in Farsi. In English for my for the people who see my channel, and Farsi for him. Go ahead.
Said, hey. Said, do you remember that you were 14 years old? You were always at home with my home to me and played with my sons. You know, Said, one of my sons has died. He cancer. You don't know, but your father is died. He couldn't see you, and your mother is so sick, and your sisters miss you. You lost a health life. You cannot marry, you cannot have baby. I don't know why you listening to that crazy woman, crazy man, so with the Maryam or Masoud. The psycho. You don't have life there. Why? I don't understand. In Sweden, I know many mujahideen who come to Sweden. They live like a normally people. That Maryam Masoud har en sekt. You think as you live. You don't live. I don't know. You're 50 years old, not children, not wife, not hobby, not fun, nothing, not telephone. Nothing.
You can say this in Farsi now if you want. You can say it in Persian.
Okay. I'm sorry. سعید جونم، عزیز دلم، یادت میومدی خونه ما با پیمان بازی میکردی؟ یادت ماشین ما رو برداشتی زدی به دیوار، گفتی به دایی بگو من نشسته بودم پشت فرد تو نشسته بودی؟ سعید یادت چه حالی میکردی؟ قربون اون چشای زاقت برم. مامانت خیلی دلش تنگ شده، خواهرات خیلی دلتنگتن، همشون میگن سعید نمیاد دیگه، سعید دلش نمیخواد بیاده، ولی من میدونم که تو اونجا اسیری، تو هنوز اسیری، تو هنوز زندانی 2 تا خودشیفته که فکر میکنن تمام دنیا زیر دست اوناست. Can I show my husband face?
Sure, please. He can talk in Farsi to
Okay. He can't does speak English.
No, he can speak in Farsi. Let him send a message.
Hello.
Farsi.
I cannot speak in
English.
It's okay. You just send a message to your nephew.
Farsi.
اوکی. تو من صحبتم با سعیده. رای جان ما این چند وقته زحمت مخصوصا فایز زیاد دنبالت بوده که بتونستیم پیدات کنیم، فهمیدیم تو کجایی. پدرت همیشه تو وقتی که جنگ بود فکر کردم تو مردی، توی جنازه ها میرفت دنبالت میگشت. خیلی سختی کشیدن تا بعد از 10 سال از طریق فایز فهمیدیم تو مجاهدین رفتی و همیشه دنبالت بودیم. حالا مامانت خیلی چیز ناراحته و اینه که امیدواره که تو رو ببینه. پدرت که فوت کرد ولی اون هر روز منتظره که تو رو ببینه و خیلی سخته. برات همه چی فراهم کرده، توی زندگی خوب داری، بیای بیرون مثل همه زندگی میکنی، مثل آدمای عادی. اونجا تو اسیری، خودت هم نمیدونی اسیری. تو زندگی تو از دست دادی، تو 50 سال تو از دست دادی، نزدی یه باقیش از بین بره. بیا مثلا همه مردم جهان راحت زندگی کن. مامانت برات خونه گرفته، زندگی برات تهیه کرده و اونجا کار بکنی مثل همه مردم آدم. دیگه چیزی دیگه از عمرت نمونده. اگه بخوای لجبازی بکنی فکر کنی که اونجا رجوی و اینا کسای کارتون اونا دشمنای تو هستن، اونا هیچی نیستن. تو باید بیای بیرون، هیچ کی هم نمیتونه جلوتو بگیره. خودت باید تصمیم بگیری که بیای بیرون و ما همه منتظرتیم. ما هم از سوئد اومدیم برای 1 ماه اینجا که خواستیم تو رو ببینیم که مشکل پیش اومده. حالا از این طریق میخوایم که تو خودت به خودت کمک کنی، به ما کمک بکنی و بیایم هم دیگه رو ببینیم و زندگی نوعی رو شروع کنیم. مرسی.
Excuse me.
Yes, I couldn't understand what Mr. Mohammed Hassan said, but I understood that he spoke to his nephew, and I hope that the message gets across, inshallah.
It was like this. I'm working in Sweden with Roda Kurshet, head row, but she missed Red Rose, Red Cross.
Correct.
And my boss said, "Oh, you have to worry for this man. Give me his name so I can do something with you and Hossein." I said, "Okay." I gave Said's name to him, and after 1 month he comes up. Said in Mujahideen, is in Mujahideen, and after 2 weeks. One woman called me, so Mrs. Balali, I said, yes, I'm working with children and the garden. Said, can you please sit? Okay, I said, I'm calling from Mujahideen and Said is with us. And very soon you will receive 1 letter. I said, okay. Said write to me 3 times, then didn't happen more. And he said to me the letter, send your boys till us. This is a very good place, very, very good place. I said, oh, sure. Then I want to say last word in Mariam, 80 million people in Iran couldn't change regime. You cannot do anything. You are not anything. Masood is not anything. Zero. Let Barnen, let children go, let that old man go there from camp, from Mike.
Ms. Faiza, can you just shift a bit in the center? Yeah, that's good. Now, I have another question. This video, of course, is going to be seen by Albanian authorities, probably by Europeans. What would you like to tell to them? There are hundreds and thousands of people like you who have their relatives who have simply disappeared inside the Mujahideen camp, who are being kept as slave, jihadi, terrorist soldiers by this old crazy woman, Mariam Rajavi. What would you like to tell to them? Because listen, the reason why Mariam Rajavi is allowed to keep hostages in middle of Europe is because she is protected by higher authorities.
I know. Do you want that I speak with Mariam or with government?
No, with Albanians, Europeans. I mean, Mariam, she's nothing. She's a puppet. She's a clone. She's being used. I mean, whenever they want to scare and to make pressure on Iran, they bring Mariam, you know. We know her story. But what would you like to tell to the European and to the American public who are going to see this video?
I want to say something to Albanian government. Please let family come here, and please help them to see their children. They can't have no visa för att kan komma hit. Please do something to be easier for them. That they can come here to see your Said's mother said to me yesterday, I'm coming. If police won't take me, it's okay. If police will kill me, it's okay. They can do anything with me. For 5 minutes, I can see my Said.
Faiza, there are so many Iranian mothers who cry day and night for their children, but they are not allowed to come to Albania. This is the unfortunate and tragic history of Albania, my country, which since 2013 has become a base for a notorious terrorist cult, which keeps hostages in the middle of Europe. While the Americans have gone to Syria and to Iraq and declared war against terrorism, against Daesh and what have you, they tolerate in the middle of Europe this terrorist organization which uses extraterritorial laws in Europe. You probably know that they have beaten journalists from Channel 4, they have blackmailed and threatened many Albanian TV stations. They go to Albanian politicians, they tell them, we are going to talk with the Americans to save you from jail and from your corruption cases. I mean, they are behaving like mafia. There is a website called exit.al. They even published a news like 2 months ago about Albanian police. Albanian police have caught the top leaders of the Mujahideen. One lady was, I forgot her name, but her surname was Abrishamchi. She was, I think, the sister of Mehdi Abrishamchi. There was even another Iranian he was a wrestler in Iran. And these two were caught smuggling drugs to Italy. Albanian police have caught them, but we have the US embassy, which is putting pressure on Albanian authorities not to jail them. We had like 3 weeks ago, another news, an Albanian judge have closed a criminal case against the Mariam Rajavi cult because in 2016, if I'm not wrong, they brought $1 million in Albania and they made money laundering. So they tried to launder this money through a number of fake companies. And the justification that the Mujahideen used in the court for laundering money was they said that we are afraid from Iran, the mullahs are going to catch our money, so we have to do money laundering. So Mujahideens in Albania, they break the law, they keep hostages, they do money laundering, they traffic humans and drugs. They trafficked a person called Hadi Sanikani in France. They keep on spreading fake news. They blackmail and attack people. like this guy Hassan, who is with you, and others who have defected from MEC, they attack everybody. They are a bunch of criminals. But I very much hope that European and American public will understand the reality that goes on in Albania and will raise their voice about what Albanian government is doing. What Albanian government is doing is really criminal. They are hosting in Albania a criminal organization, an organization which keeps hostages, which mistreats people like you, European citizens. They have taken your phones. That is illegal. You haven't done any crime. You didn't kill any person. You came to Albania to meet your nephew. And look, what is our government doing? If me or you take a person hostage in Albania, if we take a person and we put him inside a room for 10 minutes, we will be charged with hostage taking. We'll go to jail for 15 years. But Mariam Rajavi keeps thousands of Iranians as hostages in her camp. And what happens to you, the families who come and complain? They say, oh, they're terrorists. They are the mullahs, the agents of the mullahs of Iran. Miss Balali, thank you so much for coming to my interview. If you have anything else you can say, or otherwise we will close our discussion.
I want to say last word to Mariam. Mariam, if they were prisoner, they had right to see family. They had right call them. They had right go out 1-2 days. They have right to everything. Maybe married in prison. What is this? What are you doing? You crazy woman. You crazy woman had to have marriage with Abrishamchi and Abrishamchi. So I use it. Wash must would come to take my wife. What is it?
I think now she has gone back to Mehdi Abrishamchi because Mehdi is already dead, and I think she is going back to Mehdi. I mean, she's doing polyandry. I mean, she has her own religion. She can have as many husbands as she wants. That's her sexual life. Who cares what she does? I mean, the important thing is Mariam Rajavi should not keep hostages. She should let you meet your nephew. So, Ms. Balali, I'd like to appeal to Albanian and European authorities through this video to help you. And Albanian anti-terrorist police should also help you. They shouldn't treat you as a terrorist. You are not a terrorist. You haven't done any crime. You are peaceful. You have no guns with you. You are not trained in suicide bombing like the Mujahideens are. You have not killed people like the Mujahideen have killed people in Iran and in Iraq. You are in Albania to meet your nephew. Your nephew was a son, was a friend with your son. He has childhood memories with you. It is your right to go and meet him. And I really hope that the International Red Cross, Reporters Without Borders, and Amnesty International, and many other organizations that deal with issues of prisoners of war, with human rights, they come to your help. I mean, what you are doing, you are not the only person in Albania.
I know.
Who want to come to Albania to meet their relatives. But unfortunately, they cannot come. Albanian government has orders from Mariam Rajavi to give no visa to the Iranians. Alhamdulillah, you are Swedish. You are Swedish. You are Swedish. They cannot stop you. And next time, if Albanian police come to you, you have to yell at them and tell them, get off. I'm a Swedish citizen. I'm a European citizen. I have full rights. And if I were you, I'll go to this police station and I'll ask for your phone back. They have no right to keep your phones. You are not criminals. And my humble advice to you is go to all Albanian TV stations, go to the court, and do the best that you can until you meet your nephew. And when you meet your nephew, because I don't think that you will be lucky to meet him, but if you ever meet him, just tell him that the outside world is good. He shouldn't be a suicide bomber. He should be a normal human being. He must come out of the camp, and why not to come to Sweden? Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
Why not? And to have a life, marry, to have children, to work, to have a profession, to live in freedom. You know, these people are living in this Mech camp for the last 30 years. They're prisoners. They live inside a camp. It's horrible. What is their crime? Why should they live in a prison? Because Mariam Rajavi is dreaming some revolution. She tells them every day, next week, next year, next month, we are going to have a revolution. She's a stupid.
You wish, Mariam, you wish.
Okay, Ms. Balali, thank you.
How can I see this interview? How can I see this?
I'm gonna give you the link after this, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice day and good luck with your nephew.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Salam. Bye. Bye.